The beginning of February brought extremely volatile weather to South America. Currently, the south of Brazil and north of Argentina are wet, while below average rains continue to fall over the central part of Argentina and parts of western Brazil. The harvest in the country is also extremely delayed, opening room for a higher demand for beans out of the US for February and March. A new truckers drivers strike in Brazil did not have the support to block major roadways and faded away. For another movement as big as 2018, the drivers will need unions and companies by their sides. AgriSource's concern over South American weather stays elevated. In the short term, most of northern Brazil will hold a drier profile, and rains there now are not desirable since it is probably too late for rains to provide much yield benefit for northern Brazil. In the long term, climate models remain consistent in offering soaking rain to Paraguay and south of Brazil, unusual dryness across central Brazil, and the return of dryness to Argentina. The February outlook follows the trend of January and is most adverse to safrinha corn production. Crops are still not getting bigger in South America. As time goes by, the Brazilian harvest is not accelerating like it should. The global soybean market is beginning to realize the impact of severely late planting across central Brazil. Dryness in December and January, and now soaking rains during harvest, will make Brazilian soy availability in bulk only late March. Soybean harvest in Mato Grosso as of the beginning of February reached just 5% completion. This compares to 27% a year ago and 17% on average. The pace of harvest throughout February will remain well behind normal, while already exporters have committed sizable tonnages for shipment in February and March. We believe that Brazil will only export between 3 to 4 million metric tons in February and almost 10 million metric tons in March. Another interesting fact about the delay in soybeans harvest is the delay in the safrinha planting. The seedings delay are similar to that of 15-16. Mato Grosso's soybean harvest in 16 did not reach 50% completion until early March. A similar trend is expected this year again. Mato Grosso in March will have harvested an estimated 16 million metric tons of soy versus 26 million metric tons in 2020. Safrinha seeding in Mato Grosso, Brazil's largest safrinha producing state, on beginning of February was just 3% complete versus 21% a year and 14% on the 5-year average. Assuming 2021 is like 2016, Mato Grosso safrinha will be reached 50% complete in early March. A vast majority of the crop will be seeded outside of the optimal window, with some 40 to 45% to be planted in mid-March, which is concerning. Historically, few rains are seen in Midwest Brazil past May, and late planting crops will need above average rains in May and June.